windows of the Nashville church, casting warm pools of amber and violet across the pews. It was Ava Lynn's first Sunday back home since graduating from the University of Tennessee. At 26, with a diploma in hand and the daunting task of job hunting ahead, she felt a bit unmoored. But then, during the post-service fellowship, she met Brad Miller. Brad had moved to Nashville from Dallas, Texas 2 years prior. He was tall, possessed an easy, charming smile, and spoke with a smooth Texas drawl that immediately made Ava Lynn's heart skip. They hit it off instantly. What followed was a true whirlwind romance. Their lives became beautifully intertwined, anchored by their shared faith. If they weren't attending Sunday services together, they were sitting side by side at midweek Bible studies, holding hands during closing prayers. Ava Lynn had never felt so secure. She was absolutely certain that Brad was the one God had chosen for her. Within a year, that certainty culminated in a short, blissful engagement and a spectacular Southern wedding, complete with cascading white hydrangeas, sweet tea, and a reception that people in Nashville talked about for weeks. 2 months into marital bliss, the unexpected happened. Brad was offered the job of a lifetime, a corporate promotion that required him to move back to Dallas. Though it meant leaving her parents and her beloved Tennessee, Ava Lynn packed up their lives with a heart full of excitement. They settled quickly into a beautiful home in Dallas. Ava Lynn embraced her new role as a wife with every ounce of her joy. Her favorite daily ritual was waking up early to fix Brad's lunches for work, tucking little love notes inside the brown paper bags, proud to take care of the man she loved. Then came their 1-year wedding anniversary. It was a day of double celebration as Ava Lynn looked at a positive pregnancy test. They were having a baby girl, a daughter they decided to name Julia Grace. Life felt perfect. But perfection is a fragile thing. When Ava Lynn hit her 5th month of pregnancy, a subtle, chilling shift occurred. Brad started becoming distant. The man who used to ask about her day now met her questions with one-word answers. Instead of coming to bed, he began falling asleep on the sofa night after night. The affection that had once been the bedrock of their relationship evaporated. Ava Lynn tried everything. She cooked his favorite meals, gave him space, and prayed fervently. But by her 7th month, the emotional wall between them was insurmountable. One evening, Brad sat her down. The warmth in his eyes was completely gone. He told her coldly that the marriage was simply no longer working for him. Stunned, her hand resting on her round belly, Ava Lynn choked back tears and asked the question tearing at her soul. "If you feel this way, why are you even still here with me?" Brad looked away. "I am only with you because you're pregnant," he replied flatly. Then he delivered the final blow. He was moving out. Heartbroken and blindsided, Ava Lynn waited until Brad left for work the next morning. Sobbing, she called her father back in Nashville. Hearing the despair in his daughter's voice, her father didn't hesitate. He secretly bought her a plane ticket home. Hurriedly, Ava Lynn packed a single suitcase, whispering an apology to little Julia Grace, and fled to the airport while Brad was still at the office. She left Texas without him knowing. The next night, safely back in her childhood bedroom in Nashville, Ava Lynn's phone rang. It was her mother-in-law, Brenda. "Ava Lynn, sweetie, I'm just calling to check on you," Brenda said, her voice laced with worry. "Brad called and told me you left him and went back to Tennessee." The phone felt heavy in Ava Lynn's hand. Anger and fresh grief surged through her. Brad hadn't called to check on her. He hadn't called to see if his unborn daughter was safe after a cross-country flight. He hadn't reached out to his wife at all, but he had found the time to call his mother to control the narrative. Later that night, exhausted from crying, Ava Lynn finally fell into a fitful sleep. And then she dreamed. In the dream, she was standing in the living room of her Dallas home. Sitting comfortably on her sofa was a woman she had never seen before. The woman looked slightly older, perhaps between 35 and 40, with striking dark hair. She wasn't doing anything malicious. She was just there, sitting in Ava Lynn's space as if she belonged. Ava Lynn woke up in a cold sweat, her heart hammering against her ribs in a full-blown panic. The image of the dark-haired woman was burned into her mind. As she lay in the dark Nashville night, staring at the ceiling, a terrifying, suffocating question began to haunt her. Who was that woman? And had Brad been seeing her all along? To be continued. What is Brad really hiding?